In this section, we are going to discuss about data types. What are data types in Python? Basic data types in Python. What is a variable? What is string concatenation? What is typecasting? So what are data types? In Python programming, data types are classification that tell the interpreter how the programmer intends to use the data. In other words, data types define the kind or type of data. For example, numbers, text, conditions like true and false are different data types. Understanding data types is essential because it helps you to write correct and efficient program. Now that we know what data types are, let's look at the basic data types in Python. Integer. These are whole numbers without any decimal point. For example, 10, -5 or 1000. Float. These are numbers with a decimal point. For example, 3.14, 0.5 or -7.25. String. Strings are sequence of characters or text enclosed in quotes. For example, hello enclosed in double or single inverted comma, Python enclosed in single or double inverted comma, or 1, 2, 3, 4 number enclosed in single or double inverted comma. Even though it looks like a number, quotes make it a string. Boolean. Booleans are true or false values. They are very useful in decision making and logical operations. Boolean operators. Boolean operators help us to perform logical comparisons. Take one small example to understand. We have two operators, and or, to use in the evaluation of first, if 1 equal to 1 and 1 equal to 2, so the result of this will come false. In using AND as an operator, both the parts of the condition must be true. Second, if 1 equal to 1 or 1 equal to 2, the result is true. Because while using OR as an operator, only one condition is enough to be true. We will see them while using them in our labs in detail. Basic data types are building blocks of Python programming, and understanding them is essential for writing scripts and performing automation tasks. What is a variable? A variable is basically a name or label that stores data in memory. You can think of it as a container that holds value like numbers, text, or other types of data. Variables are created using is equal to sign, which is called the assignment operator once created. The value stored in variable can be reused, changed, or reassigned anytime in your program. For example, x is equal to 10, name is equal to Python enclosed in double or can be in single inverted comma. Print bracket x comma name. Here the x holds the value of 10 and name holds string Python. When we use print x of name, Python will display both values on the screen, 10 and Python. Variables make your code dynamic and flexible, so you don't have to hardcode values everywhere. String concatenation. Concatenation is the process of combining multiple strings into a single string. It's look like joining pieces together to make a complete word or sentence. For example, if we have the strings foot and ball, so concatenating them will give us football. In Python, we can do this simply by using the plus operator. Here, word 1 is foot, word 2 is ball. concatenation of word 1 and 2 will give the summation of word 1 and 2. That is football. Typecasting. Sometimes when you try to concatenate or work with different data types, it won't work directly. For example, you cannot join a string and a number without converting one of them. Both should be of same data type. Either convert string to number or number to string. So, converting one data type to another is called as typecasting. This is often necessary when you want to perform operations between different data types. For example, age is equal to 25. So age is a variable holding 25 as an integer data type. Message is another variable which takes I am as a string as it is in double inverted comma. Plus string of age. So here we are already converting 25 into string. That is string of age. Plus years old is a string as it is already enclosed in double inverted comma. So all three data types are similar and all are strings now. So the result is successfully concatenated into I am 25 years old. Typecasting allows us to mix and match data types safely in our programs, making them more flexible and error-free. So part 2, data types and variable. In this video, we are going to review Python data types, Boolean operators, variables, string concatenation, and typecasting, all inside the interactive interpreter of Python. You can also practice this from VScode by writing and saving and running the file in VScode. We are going to use VScode in most of our upcoming labs, but here, in order to get familiar with interactive interpreter, we are using the same. Step 1. Review basic data types using interactive terminal. So let's get into Python interpreter. So we are into Python interpreter. Now let me check a few examples using the type function. So here we will check a type of integer by typing 98. So it is showing class integer. Then type 98.6. It is a float. Same type of it is a string. Then type of true. It is a boolean. So these are 4 basic data types: integer, float, string, and boolean. Step 2. Review different boolean operators. Now let's look at the boolean comparisons. Python supports greater than, less than, equal, not equal, and so on boolean operators. Let's try a few. 1 less than equal less than 2, so it's true. 1 less than 1, it's false. 1 equal 1, yes. 1 is less than or equal to 1, true. So these are boolean operators. Step 3. Use the interpreter to create and use a variable. A single equal sign assigns a value to a variable. A double equal sign compares value. Let me create a variable. So here x is equal to 3, then Cisco as a string multiply with x. So whenever we are multiplying string with any integer, it will repeat that string the number of times the integer is holding the value. So here the output should be 3 times Cisco. Step 4. Use the interpreter to concatenate multiple string variables. Now let's combine multiple string. This is called concatenation. So string 1 equal to Cisco, string 2 equal to NetShark, string 3 equal to Academy, and there is one more variable space equal to a vacant space and closed in double inverted comma. Now you can print them without manually adding the spaces by using commas. So here we will use print function to print all the string. String 1 plus string 2 plus string 3 plus, but we have to put a space in between them. So space plus string 2 plus space plus string 3. Okay, so we committed one mistake because we have to enclose a space in the space variable enclosed in single double inverted comma. So here we have to enclose one space here in between the inverted commas. So again we will override that space, hold now this is the correct one. Now see, we got Cisco NetShark Academy, and each string is having a space in between them because we combine all the string having the space in between them. Okay, so this is how. Now if you don't want to put plus and space sign, so there is one way. You can just enclose all the string with comma, and it will print the same output. See, step 5, reviewing, casting and printing different data types. A string and integer or two different data types cannot be concatenated together. Let's see what happens when we do so. Let's enter into our Python interactive terminal. X is holding 3 now, and we want to print the value of X is plus X. So now let's see like what happened. See, we will get one error because here both the value combined in a print statement is not same. So this is a different data type which is a string, and this is different data type which is an integer here. So that's why we cannot combine two different data types. So we have to convert either any of them. So we'll convert X integer to string. First, let's check what is the type of X now. This is integer. So to convert X to string, we can use directly inside the print statement. That is, here we will use string of X. So within the print statement itself, we are converting X from integer to string. So now executing this statement, it will give this. Again, individually also we can convert by X is equal to a string of X. So it will, by typing this also, we can convert any integer to string and vice versa. So formatting the values. So we have float values. Now let's look at F strings and formatting. We can take one example. So here we'll divide 22 by 7. So let's take one variable num and then 22 divided by 7. So it will show print num. So it is showing one value which is having a so much decimal places. F, this is the F string, and comma the value of num is, then in curly bracket our variable, and then close the comma. So it is showing the same value, print of num. Now we have to correct to it two places. So let's take one variable, any variable you can take. So here we are taking pi equal to, then bracket, then curly bracket, then here start with colon dot 2 f. So this is the syntax for formatting to two decimal places. Dot format and the variable name. Okay, so it is showing the error because we didn't enclose the inverted comma. It is showing here pi. This is the error because we didn't close the inverted comma. See, it accepted the value of pi now. So now we can print pi and it will show the value to as corrected with two decimal places. See, 3.14.